Mhm. Definitely. My 2 cents on this is that I want to take it from the angle of, you know, I look at some people now that talk it and that want to be on this side, but they're very, very fragile, and I see that a lot. Like, hey, if you can't get your certain things in check, you might not want to be on this side. I think one of the biggest things
Mhm.
about entrepreneurism is discipline. So, you got to be disciplined enough to, hey, it could be feast or famine. We used to say all the time, it could be chicken one day and it could be feathers the next. You got to be mentally tough for that. Um, some people are not. Some people like the continuity of the paycheck. All right, well, I know I'm getting X amount of dollars in the next 2 weeks. So some people live that life. Sometimes I could I can have 10 deals in one month and not have another deal for another 2 months. So it's the discipline and knowing that, hey, this is not guaranteed. I gotta eat what I kill. A lot of people don't like
Mhm.
that particular is that realm. Um that also is and I want to say this as well. A lot of people don't have their emotions in check. How can you, if
Mhm.
you're emotional and you're driven by your emotions, which is good, and if you transmute it and you're in check. But if you're mad at the drop of a hat, you're discouraged at the drop of a hat. That's kind of
Mhm.
what I brought up before. A lot of people that talk this entrepreneurial talk, but as soon as the economy shifts, you're doom and gloom. All right, if you're a
Mhm.
leader of a business and your employees see that you're doom and gloom, how are they going to feel? You're the one that got the pressure, and you're the one that got to make payroll. So as soon as the gas prices go out, you got your head down. It's going to be tough for you to maintain employees, and you're going to be tough for you to corral those people. So you got to be a master of your emotions as well. So it's a lot of people don't have the capacity. They want to be on it. They want the fruits of the side, but you got to be in love with the process. Hey, I got to plant the tree. I got to water it. I got to talk to it. I got to
Mhm.
get a certain amount of sunlight, fertilizer. That process right there before I eat the fruit, you have to be in love with, and you have to master that particular process in order to eat that fruit. So I'll yield the floor from there. Anybody want to
I
add
wanted
anything
to
to
add
that?